Study the picture and solve this visual puzzle. If you throw a basketball, it goes up, reaches a peak, and comes back down. Hold that thought, because today it becomes mathematics. Welcome to Math Concepts Made Easy. Today is day 23, and our lesson is all about standard form and solutions. Before we start, a quick recap. In our last lesson, day 22, we studied relationship between zeros and coefficients, sum and product of zeros for quadratic. If any of that feels unclear, pause here and re-watch day 22 first, because today builds directly on it. By the end of this lesson, student conceptually understands what a quadratic is geometrically, and why it can have two answers. Grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let us begin. Before we touch any formulas, let me show you where this idea already lives in your everyday life. If you throw a basketball, it goes up, reaches a peak, and comes back down. It crosses your eye level exactly twice, once on the way up, and once on the way down. This U-shape is a parabola, and its math is entirely controlled by quadratic equations. You have been using this idea all along. Today we simply give it a name and learn its rules. So what is really going on here? A linear equation is a straight line, it crosses the floor once. But because a quadratic has an x squared, the line bends into a U-shape. This means it can smash through the floor exactly twice. When we say we are solving a quadratic, we are just looking for those two exact spots where it hits the ground. Keep your eyes on the diagram while I explain. Colors and labels match the words. Keep that picture in your mind, because everything else in this lesson grows out of it. Now we are ready to say this precisely, the way mathematicians do. Here is our focus for today. What is a quadratic equation? Methods of solving overview. In symbols, we write it as ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Every word of that definition matters, so read it slowly. You already know polynomials, factorisation. This definition simply builds on those familiar ideas. Here is the key formula for standard form and solutions. The formula is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Watch how each part appears as I say it. Do not just memorize the symbols, make sure you understand what each one represents, because that is what the exam really tests. Let us put this to work with real examples, one step at a time. Is this quadratic? 3x squared, 5x plus 2 equals 0. Which means yes, highest power is 2. Is this quadratic? For x, 7 equals 0. Which means no, there is no x squared term. 3 ways to solve: factorisation, quadratic formula, completing the square. Notice how every line follows logically from the one before it. That habit, checking each step, is what makes your answers reliable. Now, a quick warning, because I see students lose marks on this every single year. Before I show you, think about what could possibly go wrong here. 3, 2, 1. Thinking that solving a quadratic means finding just one answer like x equals 5. Because of the x squared term, there are almost always TWO answers. We must train students to expect two numbers at the end of their work. Compare the wrong way and the right way on screen, and promise yourself you will never fall for this one. Time to try it yourself. Here is your practice question. Rearrange into standard form, 5x equals 2x squared, 3. Move everything to one side, equal to 0. Pause the video now, or take a few seconds with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let us solve it together. 2x squared, 5x, 3 equals 0. Which means A equals 2, B equals -5, C equals -3. How did you do? If you slipped anywhere, rewind and watch that step again. That is exactly how strong students learn. Let us bring today's lesson together in one picture. At the center of everything sits standard form and solutions. We explored what is a quadratic equation, methods of solving overview. The one formula to remember is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Watch out for the common trap we discussed. And remember our goal: student conceptually understands what a quadratic is geometrically, and why it can have two answers. In an exam, write the rule first and check each substitution. New lessons every day on math concepts made easy. Thank you for learning with me. See you tomorrow.